Let me ask you.
Will be made no very soon.
Let me ask you a twin final thought, because President Xi is calling on the EU, amongst others, to join China in opposing the bullying from the United States. That's the quote. How realistic is that, closer links between the EU and China? And a secondary thought, you will know the comments from the Vice President, J.D. Vance, calling the Chinese peasants. Where does that leave US-China relations and any sort of talks between the two presidents, do you think?
Allow me to be very brief. J.D. Vance and I went to the same law school, Yale Law School. I was 20 years ahead of him, and I'm ashamed for the ignorance and the bigotry he demonstrated. Because he called China the peasants finance them, the peasants sold them goods. Let me just make one simple point. The middle class in China is larger than the total population in the United States. The urban population in China is about 3 times as big as the total population of the United States. So, my advice to my alumni at Yale Law School, J.D. Vance, is wake up, or you go back to school to study more diligently to avoid making yourself a fool in front of the world. Now, for China and the United States, I think right now total trade will grind to a halt. It will cause great disruption for the United States and for China. Both China and the United States will suffer the consequences. But we should also look at this one, very important. Which country is doing the right thing? Which country is doing the wrong thing? In this round of the trade war, the United States is doing the wrong thing, and China, despite of all the sufferings and costs to itself, will do the right thing. That is, defend free trade, defend the current international order, and fight against those who want to throw the international rules of the game out of the window. This is exactly what the United States is doing. And when total trade between China and the United States come to a halt in a matter of weeks, we will be entering a new era in the world, because the rest of the world will know which country initiated this, which country rose up to the occasion to fight back, and why the world is completely different from before this global trade war.